I think the interview was awesome. I really liked your 10 questions, really made me think. The fact that you took me through to my childhood, asked me how I got into real estate. Um, Everything that you asked was just off the cuff, and my answers were off the cuff. It was just a wonderful experience. Very, very pleased and very excited to see you using the technology that you're using today to get yourself out there. I think it's excellent, and continue on. Do good, my friend.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Dancing Real Estate Podcast. Today, we have Mr. Barney Lassche with me, who will be sharing his 40 years of experience in real estate, how he went through the cycles of up and down, what's happening in the market right now in 2022, what's the best practice, how to achieve your real estate success in life, and how Barney's childhood was. He's been living in Brampton since his childhood. He bought his first house here with his sister and his family, struggled, started from rock bottom, delivering pizzas for food companies and then working in factories, and how he met his wife and how they had a beautiful family started back when he got married, and his life about real estate. So sit back, relax, and listen to this really good interview where Barney's going to share some golden nuggets. Thank you. Hello, guys. Welcome to Daman Singh Realtor Show today. So today we are shooting the first podcast of this YouTube channel, and I have with me the one and only Mr. Barney Lassche. Today we'll be asking him about his life, success, and how he ended up being a real estate agent, and he's been doing this for the last 40 years. See if you guys can pick some golden nuggets out of it. So, Barney, welcome to the show.
My pleasure, Darren.
So, today for all the people who are out there watching this podcast, I want them to understand and learn from what you have experienced in your life being an agent for the last 40 years. And if you can throw some light on about your early childhood, how it looked like, your time in Brampton that you have been living since a long time, that's what I know. And if you can share some knowledge from there, we'll be really happy to hear that.
Okay, childhood. I'll tell you one thing. My father was an investor in real estate. And at the age of 12, when I turned 12, my father said, "Son, it's time for you to sit at the table." Mm-hmm. And I would sit at the table while he was doing deals. So he would ask me questions. How do you like this guy? How do you like his presentation? What do you think of his offer? And he would get me to think, right? Mm-hmm. So I can honestly say that I've been doing real estate since I was 12 years old, 1972.
Wow.
So not doing the deals, but just the privilege of being able to sit there, and my father thinking enough, of having me sit at the negotiation table, just added that extra ability as I got my real estate license and as I got into the business. I already knew what to do. Mm-hmm. And I think that's valuable. And I think that more parents should do that with their children.
No, 100%. And so tell me first, how did you came to Brampton? How Brampton was a city where you've grown up?
Well, that's kind of a little bit of a detailed story, but I'll make it as short as I can. Mm-hmm. I was working on a farm. I was working with quarter horses. These are race horses that we raced in Ontario, Fort Erie, Ajax, Peak of Downs at that time, Markham Fairgrounds, etc. And one of the guys that owned the horses, his name was Garland Williamson, had a business called Trophy Foods. Okay. So he asked me, Barney, would you like a job driving a truck for me? I need somebody who's trustworthy and somebody that I can count on, and you'll be driving truck between Toronto, Montreal, and London. So I said, sure, that sounds like a great plan. Mm-hmm. So I went to work for him. His plant was in Brampton. My parents were living in Brampton at that time. I previously was
And this was which year?
That would be 1977, 1978.
Oh, Brampton would have looked like totally different from what it is right now.
Completely different.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was, that brings back some memories. A lot of things have changed in Brampton since then. Mm-hmm. But again, just a little bit with that story, that's where I met my wife. Okay. So Garland Williamson, Trophy Foods, my wife was working there. I was a truck driver, and actually met my wife, married her, and had 2 kids, so.
Wow. And which year did you get married?
Which
year did you get married?
1980.
1980.
Yeah, so I was 20 years old when I got married.
Oh, 4 years younger than me.
Very, very young. But it's been great. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. And tell tell us a little bit about how did real estate actually started for you? When did you start, doing it like full-fledged? I'm pretty sure you might be doing some other job when you started real estate. Like, not a lot of people come in full-fledged. Like, I came in, like, I quit my job right there and then did the course and jumped in full-time.
Yeah.
How did you kind of started it as a full-time and started generating that money, the cash flow that started coming in?
Well, that became out of necessity. And I think a lot of times we have to make decisions out of necessity. At the time I was working, my wife and I had 2 children. I had purchased a home. I had a basement downstairs, basement apartment where I lived with my wife and 2 children. And upstairs, her parents and 2 sisters lived upstairs.
Just so people know, which area are you talking? Where did you buy your first house?
It was in, well, let's just say for better purposes, Northwood Park.
Northwood Park, okay.
Which would be McLaughlin and Queen area.
McLaughlin and Queen, yeah. That's where I used to go for Sheridan, Steeles, and McLaughlin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So what happened was I was not making a lot of money. I think it was back then minimum wage, $18,000 a year. And we were struggling. I had to drive delivery pizzas at night in order to make things work. And one day I was just looking at my job. One thing led to another, and I decided to quit and get into real estate. So back then, the real estate courses were very easy. It was first course was 1 week, second course 2 weeks, third course 3 weeks, and you could do them one after the other.
Okay, it's not like nowadays, like 2-year-long program.
No.
You can still complete in 1 year.
Mine was completed, I think, in about a month and a half.
Oh, okay.
And then I got my license. I can remember getting my license on March the 6th, 1986. And I was looking for things to do. And
I wasn't even born. 1986.
Yeah. So I did an open house that weekend, and I sold my first house.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So from one thing to another, I started at a little company called Flower City Real Estate.
So that was your first brokerage that you joined?
That was the first brokerage, yeah.
Okay. And does that still exist?
No.
No more?
No.
Okay.
Joe Camara at the time was the broker. It was a Portuguese company.
Okay.
Most of the agents, I think pretty much all of the agents except for myself and another lady, were Portuguese. And the great thing about that company is they had always excellent homes. The Portuguese people always kept really beautiful, upgraded homes, hardwood floors, ceramics, etc.
Yeah.
So selling them was a pleasure, and was fairly easy to sell.
Okay.
So I think in my first year, I think I sold something like 43 houses in my first year.
Whoa. And just so people know, I want to bring that up. I know you're laughing. I know why. Just want to tell people about that story. So you told me, when I joined this broker, you told me you sold 43 houses your first year.
That's right.
And we added like I told them I'm going to sell more than that.
And you did.
And I did. I sold 50 homes my first year.
And I got to say, I'm super proud of you.
Yeah.
Just for doing that, because you know what? I told you what I did, and you go, you did that? I could do better.
And when I was close to when I was close to that 41, 42, 43, I kept on coming home like, how many was it? Okay, I gotta go check my Excel, how many I sold. I gotta go check, and then with the day I hit 44, I'm like, Barney, I crossed you.
I remember the day. It was priceless.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I know, right? So tell us a little bit about. I remember last time we talked that we were telling, because I know you train us all the time, so I still remember that you've been telling us about the downfall that's coming right now.
Yes.
You had seen this back in 90s as well.
Yes.
So why not shed some light on that? What was it? It was 1980, if I'm not wrong?
When I got my license in 1986, I would say that the real estate market increased from 1986 to about to 1990, real estate increased about 150%.
Oh, shit.
Now, the danger zones. As soon as you see real estate increasing by double digit, when I say double digit, percentage-wise, expect problems, because the continued growth at double digit numbers just does not bode well for the future. And what we experienced in 1990, from 1986 to 1990, and then after that we dropped 30%. very similar
Wow.
to what we're seeing
To what
today.
we're seeing right now. You've been telling that for a long time.
I have been, because I've been seeing the double-digit increases in 2016.
Okay.
We started seeing double-digit. 2017 we saw double-digit, and then we were curbed a little bit by politics. Kathleen Wynne, our premier, made some changes as far as real estate was concerned.
Okay.
And 2017, 2018 were more or less not increasing that much, but go
Okay.
from 2016, skip to 2019, double digit,
Yes.
2020, double digit,
Yes.
2021, double digit,
Correct.
2022,
Boom.
double digit, crash.
Yeah.
And it's like I've been saying, guys, it's coming. Don't expect real estate to continue going in the same direction for continuous. It just doesn't happen.
It just doesn't happen. And
we
that's the
will
way the
see.
cycle is, right? It goes up, it goes down.
These
goes
are
up,
boom,
goes down.
boom bust cycles.
Yeah.
But generated generally because of increasing too quickly. It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
When we get rid of the first-time homebuyer, expect problems.
Okay.
In 1986 to 1990, by the time 1990 hit, interest rates back then were 10, 12%.
Okay. So
Prices
say that again?
10 to 12%.
10 to 12%. Wow.
And
And we're scared right now if you're touching 5 to 6%, people will stop buying.
That's correct.
Okay. And back then the income wasn't even that much.
Income wasn't that much. House prices weren't that much. The most, there was some homes in Brampton, 2,400 square feet, selling for around 320,000.
Wow.
Today, that same house is going to sell for 1.2.
1.2, 1.3. Yeah.
Today?
Yeah.
Not back
Easy.
in January, February. It might have been a little bit more.
A little bit more.
1.5, 1.6. So just to show you that we have dropped. So what we saw back then was elimination of the first-time home buyer, 320 to 10, 12%. Today, we saw the first-time home buyers couldn't afford to buy homes very much, pretty much after 2018. By 2019, the first-time home buyers were very, very few.
Okay.
The qualifications and the stress testing that's there definitely posed a problem for first-time homebuyers within this area. If you want to move out, you want to go towards Cambridge, Guelph, Brantford, etc., you could still, pick up some deals.
Okay.
And we saw quite a few first-time homebuyers go that route. London, Barrie, those
Yeah,
kind of
even
areas.
I had few clients, even till date, like people are still, they wanted to get into Brampton, but again, it's not affordable, even for
Yeah.
the first time buyer,
Exactly.
right? Even the husband and wife, two couple,
Yeah.
not able to get one.
Yeah.
But no, that's really good. That's really good to know. I mean, a lot of people who are scared right now, who think that the market is dropping, or have bought previously and now think, okay, now the market's dead, this and that. I mean, it's a cycle. Like Barney said, it happened back in 1986 to 1990, 2016 to 2021, and this is 2022. It might come back up, right?
Well, the saying in real estate is that you buy real estate and you hold on.
You hold
Over
on.
time, it's going to go
That
up.
the graph keeps on climbing up over time.
And no matter what we look at real estate, yes, we're going to see some, some busts like we had in 1990 and now in 2022. But we'll go through a period, and it'll come back again.
Yeah. Okay, that's about real estate. So you said you started back then.
Yeah.
How long did you do it for? Are you still practicing, first of all?
I sell the odd house now and again,
Okay.
but my time is now spent here at Dynamic Edge as a trainer, as a coach, as a mentor, as an everyday person to come to, with the experience that I have, that you can ask me a question, and 99% of the time that I can answer off the
Well, I
top of my
should say
head.
100%.
There's always still something that is a little, but
Yeah, the laws are changing, things are happening.
more than not, I can give you an answer off the top of my head.
Oh, I love that. I love that. What about, like, if you want to share some information about what if somebody new who's listening to the podcast, who's right now struggling with the job, thinking of going to Humber College, he want to do the course in real estate and thinking he's going to, do its best, make that money, that real estate people driving those nice car Jaguars, Range Rovers, Ferraris. How about you share some information with people who are listening right now that what they should think of they want to start a real estate career as of right now in 2022?
Right now, as of 2022, you want to get your real estate license? I can't stress enough how important it is to affiliate yourself with a good company that is going to be able to give you solid training. Training is key. What you're going to find is in this business right now, particularly when the market has gone through an adjustment, people need to go through an adjustment. But the person who's going to excel in real estate is going to be somebody who is liked, is known, and is trusted by the people that they know in their sphere of influence.
Sphere of influence, that's important, yeah.
The major issue that we need to do as a person coming into the business is to start a database.
Yeah.
A database that is like a CRM, a client retention management system, something that is going to be able to keep in touch with the clientele that they are going to establish. There's always been something that, if I were to ask a real estate agent today who's been building their database, and I were to say to them, give me your database, and let me just call randomly, and I'm going to just ask your clients one simple question. Name the first real estate agent that comes to mind. I can tell you there's a lot of people that may have big databases, but are not staying in touch with their clientele. There's one thing that has not changed in real estate in the 36 years that I've been in the business. Technology changes.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's all kinds of ways of doing real estate faster, better, etc. But one thing will never change, and that's the relationship you have with your client. And the relationship, getting referrals, being able to serve your client and do the very best job that they can, or you can, and the business that you're going to get from that is incredible. Referral in this business is what it's all about. Longevity and your career in real estate is going to be based on how well do you know your clients, how well do you stay in touch with your clients, how well can you serve your clients, be a real estate agent with added value. So if your clients ever need anything, they should be able to call you at any time and say, hey, can you help me with this? And with that extra added value and that, how should I say, the database that you have and constantly staying in touch, you'll do well.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I've seen that in my business as well.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of referrals. I'm my first year in the business just because I've, built that relationship, built that, foundation with the clients.
Absolutely.
Right? No, I love that, man. I love that. We're towards the end. I want to, don't want to take a lot of your time. I know you're a busy man. Just want to play a little game with you.
Sure.
Here.
Bring
it's the
it
first
on.
podcast. It's a game called First Thing First.
Okay.
So I'm going to say a word or a phrase.
Okay.
And then you're going to say a word or phrase that comes into your mind first.
Okay.
The only rule is you can't repeat yourself twice.
All right.
All right?
I'll try to remember that.
All right. Let's go. Your wife and kids.
Oh, the reason why we do things.
Childhood.
Loved.
Your life.
My life is ever growing, and I'm learning still today.
Like it. Money.
Money is useful, it's necessary, but don't let it control your life.
I like it. Mentor.
Mentor. I've had a number of mentors. I think of them fondly. They've helped me tremendously, spiritually, in business, in the job, in real estate. You cannot do this business without having mentors.
I love that, man. Tough times.
Tough times are only here for a short term, and the tough people that take care of the tough times are going to last.
Nice. Passion.
Passion. Passion is something that you have to have for your job. If you don't have that passion, if you don't have that drive, passion is everything.
Barney's legacy.
Barney's legacy? I would like to think that the guy that was always around to help you when you needed it.
I love it. And the last one. Real estate.
Real estate, just those two words. Our society cannot exist at all without real estate. And we are the keepers of the information of real estate. So the more we know about real estate, the more we can help our clients. Real estate is something that all wealthy people have gotten wealthy because of real estate.
I love it, man. Thank you very much, Barney, for being on the show. I love it. It's an absolute pleasure speaking to you today. So I hope you guys can, have taken some golden nuggets out of this. And I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel. Thank you.